Hello. Hope everyone's okay. So since I did that video this morning, the universe has provided me with non-stop information on that whole topic, which is a bit intense, to be honest, but hey. So with regards to the abuse of women and children, so after I did that video, then it's basically just been everything that I've seen is to do with that. And this goes back to other posts that I've made as far back as probably about more than that, 8 months maybe on Facebook. So it's pretty dark, but it needs to come out. It has come out to a certain extent, but just not everyone's seen it all at the same time. So we shall call this bringing down the house. Because if you've watched any of my, and this is what I'm saying, I'm not the only one saying all this stuff. There's so many people everywhere saying the same thing, and there's so many people saying the same thing because there's so much evidence that what I'm about to say is going on. So this is really for anyone that is a survivor of the abuse and paedophilia that goes on in Hollywood. And I just want you to know I've got you, and I hope this video gives you strength. So I've seen some videos with, first of all, I'm going to link all of these, there's quite a lot of them. And this is obviously all connected with Jeffrey Epstein. And it is important because it is to do with what's going on. And it is all of this. So those people. So it's all the same people, same as the usual suspects. So the first thing I saw was some interviews on the Epstein case and what's her name? Maxwell. And then from there, obviously there's Prince Andrew, so that's the connection to the royal family. And if you've seen yesterday's post, I reposted the link to the information about the royal family being the book that's written about them being obviously the head of this paedophilia global fucking satanic ring of nastiness. And this is connected. It's all, so basically I'm going to list all of the, there's sort of 9 or 10 media moguls that are part of this. and they're also connected to Hollywood that are also part of this. Unfortunately, there's people that this is all this testimony from people, so it's not hearsay, it's from actual people that it's happened to. Also, this Isaac Kappy. Now, before he died, I'm not going to comment on how he died, although it sounds shady to me, but before he died, he left a link and a key to all of the files that he had gotten off Epstein, which it's all of the names, all of his black book, and I have that, and I'm going to share it with everybody, because it names and shames everyone. Can't go on, can it? So if you have any children that you're trying to push into Hollywood, into movies, don't pimp them out to these paedophiles. Don't let them out of your sight. Don't let them go to after parties. If they're filming, stay with them. That is how rife it is. That Isaac Kappy was reporting to the NSA, to the LAPD. All of these people know. And the reason they can't do anything is because who it is. I ain't afraid of them. So anyone that has survived this, do make more videos, #survivor stories. And if anyone knows about it and hasn't said anything, which is going to be a load of people in Hollywood, I just want you to think about that for a minute. Because burying your head in the sand to something that you know is happening and not saying anything and allowing it to continue to happen through what? Fear. These people need to be stopped. They're abusing. They are. Let me just show you this picture. So, I did it with my other thing. This is me when I was 2. There are people in Hollywood that are sexually abusing children as young as this. Let's be real. They're performing satanic rituals, which I've talked to you about before. Even Scientology was created by the best friend of Alistair. Forget his surname. I've talked about it. Who created the Hermetic Order, and all of that it's all satanic rituals, including child sacrifice. And I'm going to link you to someone who survived that. Because you don't have to believe me, but just take the time to look through all of the links that I'm putting down, because these are people that have actually survived this. It is real. It's grim as fuck, but it is real. And here's the thing. Alistair Crowley, that's his name. Here's the thing. The reason they're doing these rituals, when you look through the books, so I've got the books, is there's a number of things, but all of them are selfish. Because the magic is religious, from religious texts. So the true power of the universe is within these texts, but it is only accessible if you're doing it for the greater good. If you're doing any of these things for selfish reasons, for greed, for power, for eternal life, or youth, yeah, for solely for those reasons that I said, bad shit happens. You can't access the full power of the universe unless you are doing it with a heart and with a soul and for the greater good of all. So I'm going to put a link into these things because they all link. It's the same people. It's the same people that are the richest people. 9 or 10 of them are at the top. They control what we see, and then it's their subsidiaries. And you can't things. So people say it's a conspiracy theory. You can't call something a conspiracy theory when there is fact. There are facts. There are evidence. There's so much of it. It's just joke. They're the ones calling it a conspiracy, obviously, because they just want to throw shade on everyone else. Well, they're the shady fuckers themselves. And it spreads like fucking poison. Loads of people are involved in it. Wait till you see the names. Yeah, sorry. So I just want all those kids and kids that maybe have grown into adults that have experienced this in Hollywood, know this. I have got you. And I'm not going to stop until every one of these fuckers is burning. And we can sit and watch. Because God, I'm telling you, has a special place in hell for these people. For what they've done. Because it is sick. And that's what I'm saying, it's demonic. So, and it's not just Hollywood either, unfortunately. It's also, and they're all the paedophilia, the satanic, ritualistic, cannibalistic, murderous, occultist. There was a few other words. Trafficking. People in the music industry use trafficked girls for parties. So, it's everywhere of that level. But as I said, I've got the secret file plus the secret password plus the secret hash to access Isaac Cappy's all of the documents that he hid before he died / murdered. I don't know, but together we can bring them down. You heard Ricky Gervais even at this. Remember what he said at the awards that time. Corey Feldman. There's loads of them. I'm going to put them all in, all the links. So I really want. I will go gung fucking ho at these cunts. Yeah. Ooh. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's the rage there. That was the rage. That was my demon popping out. Sorry. But I will. It's gone on too long. So yeah, do record if this can give you courage to come out and do a video, and I put a hashtag survivor stories, and I'll share everyone I see that I'll do another post and I'll share them all as well. Name and shame, go for it. And and again, if there's people in Hollywood that know about this stuff, you better start praying, boy, that you've let this go on, not said anything. So yeah, a little bit downbeat, obviously, nature of the topic, but sorry, that's a bit weird. My thought from this morning was software, techies, bezies. Is it possible to create an app that looks like? Okay, obviously my technical knowledge is going to really show here in terms of how limited it is. Is it possible to create an app / game, or maybe an app that looks like a game, so that it's basically like an SOS button for domestic abuse / child abuse? And so you go in, so it has to look like a game so that abuser wouldn't be obvious to an abuser, because sometimes they go through people's phones. So it'd have to sort of initially look like a game, and then you get through sort of several stages in, and then there's like some kind of code button which is like connected to maybe the police or 999 or something, as like a one button, and that's like being abused, or whatever that code could be. I mean, it sounds really simple in my head. Does that sound simple? Must be a way. And then you could have it advertised for kids in schools. It's like, download this app. It's a safeguarding thing, and it means that if you're ever in a situation where that's happening, because a lot of kids have phones, don't they? So if you're ever in a situation where that's happening, then you've got that app there. You just press it, and it means it's not obvious to an abuser. You can do that secret squirrel, can't you? And then the police will just come, because they'll know through somehow, some way, connecting that to 999, and the message that goes through to 999 can say, the IMEI number and the number of the phone and the location of the phone and the age of the person, and like abuse or whatever. There must be a way. It sounds really simple. I've seen way more complicated things than that. It's got to be the World Cup. So yeah, that was just a thought. Someone? I know you've got big, beautiful brains. Come on, we can work this out. Because then that you could every child could have that. You advertise it in the school. The other thing is writing on your paper, kiddies. Not that there'll be any kiddies hopefully watching after my awful swear, but I'm so sorry. Then, if you're at people tell the kids that if you're at school and you're being abused and you need help, just write help on something that you're using at school. Pick your work, somewhere on your work. If you feel too embarrassed to say it out loud. I just saw that somewhere, that someone did that. Because sometimes kids can't find it difficult to say it. That's the other thing about the app, because then it's just a button that they press. That might be an easier thing to do. And it's quicker and it's quieter. So yeah, that's just a thought. So yeah, I'm going to put these links in. I'm going to put the link into the documents from Isaac Cappy and all of the codes to get into it. And then that's the documentation that he had. And yeah, I just urge people to come forward. Not just victims, survivors, but also people that are in Hollywood that are party to this, that know about this, that have been at these things. It's time. It's time. One time we can just do them all. Literally. So I know it's scary, but well, I'm not scared, but I can understand when you're there under that kind of pressure. Because they'll want to destroy you. Not if we all, this is what I'm saying. I'm sharing this now to the world, all at the same time, access to all of the documents, all of the names and shames. Now is the time. Get brave. You can do it. And it's personal for me. So, yeah, and this is just a side note. We need to do this. Because we need to be free. And until these go, we need to do this. We need to do it for the kids. It's going to get ugly, but it's the right thing to do. Can't hide behind these lies anymore. So many lies. So yeah, I'm going to finish my coffee. Oh, and that's the other thing. I fucking hate being told what to do. I'm trying. Listen, I'm like aligned, listening to my intuition, my inner guidance. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Literally. I'm stopping listening. Started it, I did it again. This is the thing. You've got to be careful. You've got to use discernment about who you are around, who you're letting influence you in any way, who you are listening to, and certainly who you're believing. So just always remember to recenter yourself at points in the day. Just think about what you're thinking about, you know what I mean? And if you've spoken, what information you've been taking in, and who's that come from, and what would their intention. I know it's awful that we have to think that way, but we absolutely have to. Because unfortunately, there are lots of people that want to use others for one reason or another. It's just being aware of it and always questioning. So yeah, that's me done for now. I'll come back later with another slightly more perky video, hopefully. But for now, ta-ta. Hope you're having a lovely day. Lots of love and stay strong. And you don't have to believe a word I say. Please feel free to read every single one of the many, many links that I'm about to put in.